All right, hello. As you know, I just created a batch of videos to try to just get it done for all of you. And if you have not watched any of the previous videos, we're here in France at our vacation slash retirement home in the Champagne region. And yeah, I have started my Hermes journey here in France, and I've already done an unboxing. If you haven't seen that, you need to check it out. I've also did a video of a tour of the house, so if you haven't seen that, check it out. I'm going to talk about us being offered an appointment today. And so yeah, we created a great relationship with our SA, and we got offered an appointment. I was expecting going through the lottery system. Like, we're here 2 months, right? So I thought we would be here the entire 2 months and rejection. And maybe at the end, or maybe not, I would not get an appointment. I just didn't anticipate being offered an appointment. So when she offered it, I was in utter disbelief. And I mean, utter disbelief, to the point where I said, what? Like, literally, she offers me an appointment and I say, wait, what? What are you talking about? And Hubs he grabs my shoulder and he says, she's offering you an appointment. Do you want the appointment? And I was like, absolutely, I want the appointment. Like, what the fuck? Yes. Who doesn't want this appointment? Like, I want all of it. I want the appointment. But I just couldn't, it didn't register. It didn't register as it was happening, because this isn't something that is the usual. And I want to make sure that I emphasize that, right? Like, this is not the norm. It's not. So don't come to France or anywhere, any other Hermes for that matter, expecting this to happen. I did not. I thought that I would just be here, like I said, the entire 2 months, and just get lucky if I got just a regular Hermes, like a non-quota bag. Seriously, real talk. So yeah, Hubs had to say it several times. I didn't believe it. And she basically just was like, what are you looking for? And I went through my list, like, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. Palladium hardware in neutral color, black, gold, taupe, anything within that family. If not, I'm open. As far as leathers, it doesn't really bother me as long as you can explain to me how much wear and tear, what I need to do, how to care for it, and so on and so forth. Birkin is at the top of my list. It's just what I want. If there is a Kelly instead, I would be open to that as well, because as you can see, I have my vintage Kelly, which I was carrying that day. I told her what I wanted, and also mentioned that I was open. You know, it's the note I told myself before I left. Like, if it's my first bag, so it won't be my last, right? So I emphasized that. I was still skeptical. Even after being offered the appointment, she even showed it to me in the system because I just was like, this is not real. She's making stuff up. I was still skeptical because we had days to go before the actual appointment. Every day I just was like, I don't believe it. And I would tell Hubs, like, we would go for a walk, and I'd be like, listen, just because they offer you an appointment doesn't guarantee that you're gonna get a bag, and da. So I had this whole course going through my mind, and I was sharing it with him because he gets how it works, but at the same time, he doesn't. So he was utterly amazed at how the lottery system and how, like, I mean, how difficult it is to attain a bag. But he was, you know, he just reassured me, like, it's not about, you know, you getting one, it's about when it'll happen. And I'm like, yeah, stop telling me that. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was grounded and that I was realistic regarding the appointment. Like, okay, I got an appointment. I may not get anything, you know, or I may get offered something and it may not be what I wanted initially, right? Or it may be a non-quarterback. So I want to be as realistic as possible going in. Okay, so how we got the appointment. We made purchases, as you can see in the previous video. If you haven't watched the first unboxing, watch the first unboxing. We made purchases through a lot of different departments. So several departments. We got silks, leather accessories, women's ready to wear, and men's ready to wear. And it wasn't because we were doing it specifically for the bag itself, but it was just stuff we really liked. Like the things that she found for Hubs, he didn't think he would find anything of interest. Even though he found things online, when he was in the store, there was nothing on the floor he was interested in that he saw. But when she came out with certain things, he just was like, yes, she gets us. Like she got not just myself, but Hubs as well. So those are things that I think secured our appointment. Shopping across departments, not just sticking with one, because we could have just stuck with belts. I know going in, we didn't intend to purchase as much as we did for the first visit. We were actually planning, or I was actually planning to do it over several visits because we're going to be here 2 months. So we're going to go once a week, every week, for the entire 2 months, because that's just what the plan was. And it will also give us the opportunity to go to Paris, to get a break from countryside, to go to the Louvre and so on and so forth, because we have a membership at the Louvre. So that was the initial plan. Because we had an excellent essay, who just immediately got us. Shopping was just, it just happened. It just happened. I was just like, oh my God, yes to all of it. We had a plan and we did not veer from that plan. Listen, we had a plan going in. We did not veer from that plan. So I don't know, take that how you want to as far as your own situation. Maybe it's applicable, maybe it's not. Keep in mind, I've been planning since before we purchased the plane tickets in November of last year. So this plan, I think I mentioned in the other video, I created a wish list in 2016, 2017. So, planning for the trip, I started in November, like right before November when we got the tickets. I started to really hone in on how I wanted to approach it and doing research and so on and so forth. We saved for this trip. Listen, because we knew it was not going to be cheap. We saved, and not just me, but Hubs as well. We both were saving. And the process of getting the bag and the bag itself, we knew we were going to have to spend some money. We knew we would have to spend money before we got the bag, offered the bag, and we knew we would have to spend money to purchase the bag. So we began to save like ASAP. Like we're already in the process. I am already in the process of planning for next year, because that's just how my mind works. I always create a plan. And so the money that is needed is available, but also we have other things we're taking care of. As you can see, we have 2 homes. We have our vacation retirement home here in France, and then we have that we come to once a year, if not twice, but then we have our house in the US. So, these things, I have to emphasize this because I don't know a ton of videos where people say like, listen, we planned for this. We plan for this. If you want to know how I go about doing that, I am more than willing to share it with you. But for now, we saved, and that's how we could afford to do this. I noticed that when we're in the US and in France, when I'm with Hubs, the experience is different. And I don't know why, but I'm just going to point that out. And I understand here because he's French. But in the US, I just don't know. I just have a feeling that there is a lot of value given to couples. So if you are married or in a relationship, take your partner with you. Unless they're just not feeling it and it's just a no. Don't take them with you because you don't want them to sabotage you, right? On accident, you'll be self-sabotaging. But if they're okay with it and they're feeling it, take them with you because there's something about that I feel Hermes values. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Let me know what you think and feel and what you've experienced if you've begun your journey or going through the process. And I said in my notes, I was like, as long as they understand the assignment. Let me tell you, Hubs has been bitten by the Hermes bug, okay? He understands the assignment, okay? When he gets dressed to go to Hermes, he is dressed to a T. He doesn't ask any questions. We know before we go because we have discussions and ongoing discussions about it. And let me tell you, he is all in. So if your partner is open to that, I would highly suggest the same. Take them with you. There's something about it. Let's just say there's power in numbers. That's what I'll say it that way. There's power in numbers. I don't know why, but that's just what I feel. And like I said, it's not just here. It was also in the US when I went to shopping there, and you've seen the videos. If not, you should check it out. It just works. It just works. So when we first arrived, I was doing majority of the talking, but once Hubs became more involved, everything shifted. So just know, if you have a partner, take your partner with you. And so that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to explain being offered the appointment and how we're offered the appointment, but also go over some tips and things that I felt would be useful to those who are just beginning their journey. So hopefully I've shared something that you can glean to assist you in your journey. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And guess what? In the next video, I do the unboxing. So I hope you enjoy it. Until next time.